Hello, this is Sandeep Unithan and welcome to Defense Deep Dive. India just cleared the mother of all defense deals, a 3.25 lakh crore deal for 114 Rafale fighter jets. But the Defense Ministry also cleared a very important deal, another one, for 15,000 crores. This one's indigenous, to build high-altitude pseudo-satellites or HAPS, which could transform India's ability to keep a watch on its enemies. What are HAPS and why are they such a big game changer? Let's dive in. The Indian Armed Forces need around 20 high-altitude pseudo-satellites or HAPS, 10 each for the Army and the Air Force. These will be a Make-One project, which means it's a government-funded, high-priority indigenous project where the Defense Ministry will offer up to 70% funding of development costs to select agencies, both in the public sector and the private sector. It requires a minimum of 50% of indigenous content, aiming to foster self-reliance in defense manufacturing. Now, a HAPS is an advanced long-endurance unmanned aerial platform. It operates in the stratosphere, which is typically altitudes between 18 and 25 kilometers above the heights that conventional aircraft traffic operate in. But it's closer to Earth than low Earth orbit satellites, which operate at about 160 kilometers. Now, these platforms are designed to mimic the functions of traditional satellites, hence they're called pseudo-satellites. They are solar powered, they have high efficiency solar panels on their wings and advanced batteries for nighttime operations, which means they can operate continuously, day or night, without refueling. Now, most HAPS can stay airborne for several days. They have what is known as station keeping capability, which means they can maintain a quasi-fixed position relative to a point on the Earth's surface and monitor it with their onboard sensors. They can use propulsion to counteract stratospheric winds, which in any case are relatively mild at such high altitudes. Now, HAPS, they fill in the capability gap between drones and satellites. They have very few of the weaknesses of these platforms. Like, for instance, conventional drones have a limited endurance and range. Orbital satellites have high altitude and fixed orbits. Now, for persistent or unblinking satellite coverage, you would need something like a very large and a very expensive satellite constellation. So HAPS, in short, combine the satellite-like persistence and wide area coverage with aircraft-like controllability, affordability, and rapid deployability. They're like aircraft which are available at a fraction of the cost of low Earth orbit satellites. And most importantly, for such reconnaissance satellites, they have much lower latency for communications. It's a few milliseconds versus tens of milliseconds for LEO satellites. And since they're cheaper, HAPS can be deployed in large numbers to cover swaths of territory. For instance, you could have persistent coverage of the line of actual control and the line of control, both to the west and to the north of India. They can be used for disaster response, for damage assessment. They can act as flying base stations to provide broadband internet and mobile connectivity in remote area or disaster spots, as they are in the rest of the world. But in India's case, they are being procured exclusively for use by the Indian Air Force and Indian Army. And the beauty of these platforms is they will all be indigenously designed, developed, and manufactured.